The Marvel Cinematic Universe came out of nowhere and became the #1 movie franchise in the world. Being someone that always loved superheroes, seeing all those superhero movies being made really did put a smile on my face. After the MCU, we saw a lot of other cinematic universe trying to hit the big time but failed. So you know what would be fun? Let's think together of another world. What if instead of being the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we got the Anime Cinematic Universe? In concept, it's pretty weird and probably a terrible idea, because most anime are set in a very specific universe that is built for the show itself. But you know what, let's make the ACU. And Hollywood, if you're watching, don't try this, okay? It's just for fun. Let's go. Alright, first I'm gonna set a couple of rules. First, I need to use manga from the same publisher. The same way Marvel used Marvel character, which are all under the same brand, I will have to use characters that are all owned by the same group. Second rule, I will have to connect in a clever way the world of the chosen anime. I can't just make them live in the real world or something. They need to be able to tell their own story to some extent. For example, Luffy's a pirate that goes from island to island, and Ichigo is a Soul Reaper that fight other Soul Reaper. I can't just make them superhero or something. For the third rule, I need to structure the universe in roughly the same way the MCU structure its movie. So there will be 3 phase and 4 crossover movie. But in this video I will only describe the phase 1. For the final rule, I can alter the source material in similar way the MCU alter its story. The MCU is a pretty loose adaptation of the comic, so the ACU gonna have to do the same. Because even if changing stuff from the manga would piss off the fan, to fit all those anime into one universe and only having 3 solo movies to tell 100 episode worth of narrative, we gonna have to change a bit of stuff. Alright. With that out of the way, let's go. So this universe will be composed of characters from the Shonen Jump, and mostly composed of Battle Shonen. So before connecting the story together, we need to find our first Avenger lineup. The first 4 anime that will be adapted into movie will be Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach. The big 4, which is pretty fitting. Those will be replacing the first 4 heroes of the MCU. A little disclaimer here. I am assuming that you have watched those shows, because if not, this video is going to be a bit confusing. I'm going to skip a lot of story part, assuming you can fill the gap with your own knowledge of the shows. That way I won't have to retell the story of the show, but only what is different. So yeah, spoiler warning too. Now we need to connect those shows together. The world of One Piece will be used as the base template of the story. This is where the story will be set, for the most part. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. So now, to connect the world of Naruto, we're going to make all the main village from Naruto be set on just another island in One Piece. A different island from the other, obviously. An island hidden from the world where no pirate ever set foot on. So this island will have no connection with the outside world, and like that, the world of Naruto and One Piece will coexist within the same world without stepping on one another. Let's call it the hidden land of Shinobi. So now we have Naruto and One Piece under the same roof. But fitting Dragon Ball and Bleach is gonna be hard, downright impossible. Dragon Ball's story is set on a global scale around the world with Dragon Ball teleportation and flying. It's almost impossible to be set in the same world as One Piece. And Bleach is set in a very modern world, and a mostly normal one at that. All the One Piece goofiness would not work here. So here's how we make them connect. Dragon Ball is on another planet. One really similar to Earth, but still very different. That way we can have both the One Piece and Dragon Ball universe in the same world without them clashing too much. And it will also introduce really early on the concept of alien that Dragon Ball and Naruto will tackle in some ways. And it expands the lore a bit. So how do we do Bleach then? Well, Bleach will be set on the Dragon Ball planet. Sure, Dragon Ball's world isn't exactly normal, but it's much closer to the world of Bleach than One Piece is. Just look at when Gohan was going to school during the Buu arc. It really could have been the same world as Bleach with how close to our world it was. And since Ichigo is a Soul Reaper, he have to fight in the spirit world for the most part. So Goku take care of the physical world and Ichigo of the spiritual world. The lore become richer and the story can work without overlapping. We're gonna have to replace the afterlife from Dragon Ball with the Soul Society, but it doesn't change things too much. So now we have the One Piece Earth with Naruto as a hidden island, and the Dragon Ball world with Ichigo fighting in the Soul Society. For a first pitch, I think that worked, and I'm gonna find a pretty clever way to connect the 2 Earths when the time of the crossover will come. You will see. So now let's look at the movie lineup for the first phase. Dragon Ball Rise of the King Piccolo will be our first movie, followed by Naruto the Beast of the Mist, One Piece Romance Down, Bleach A World of Reaper, then Dragon Ball Attack of the Saiyan, and the final big crossover movie, which will be revealed the name in a sec. But for now, let's go through the detail of each movies. Dragon Ball Rise of the King Piccolo will be an adaptation of all of early Dragon Ball. If we want to go through the most important part of Dragon Ball like the Saiyan saga, the Frieza saga, and the Cell saga, and early Dragon Ball, we're gonna have to make some compromise. And like how Marvel loosely adapt the Iron Man origin, I will have to create my own story using the element that I want. So in this movie you follow Bulma, a young girl looking for the Dragon Ball, and during her search for the Dragon Ball, like in the original story, she finds Goku who has the 4-star Dragon Ball, and she convinces him to help her, exactly like the anime. But here's the difference, she will say that she needs to find the Dragon Ball before King Piccolo does, making the story have more agency. This will make better motivation for Bulma and make people care more for the story. So after that they will go through a short montage of them finding 1 or 2 Dragon Ball until they find a turtle that has eaten one of the Dragon Ball. The turtle will say it can spit out the ball if they find his owner. So they will bring him to Master Roshi, who will tell them that if they want to find the last remaining Dragon Ball, they are the reward for winning the World Martial Art Tournament. And Roshi is gonna see a lot of potential in Goku and try to convince him that he can train him. But Goku will have to decline because he needs to find the Dragon Ball to help Bulma. Then Goku will join the tournament. And Master Roshi will also infiltrate the tournament disguised as Jackie Chun to subtly train Goku along the way. Goku will have to fight Tien, Yamcha, and become friends with Krillin during the tournament. He will also meet Chi-Chi and they will build a bit of a romance here. And Roshi will try to teach Goku the Kamehameha. But Piccolo will crash the tournament and kill Krillin, Goku's new friend. Goku will track Piccolo and fight him, but only manage to beat him using Master Roshi's technique, Kamehameha. He will get back the Dragon Ball and wish Krillin back to life. That's the rough first draft. Not all the details are here, but I think it captured really well what early Dragon Ball was about. Searching for the Dragon Ball and fighting in tournament. All while using Piccolo as the first villain, and while introducing the most important character of the story. Think about it as they enter the Dragon-like movie, but with Dragon Ball. Now Naruto the Beast of the Mist will basically tell the Zabuza arc of the story while including some element of the Tsunade arc. In this version, Naruto, Sakura and Sasuke are all failed students from the Ninja Academy. But because they were all found saving someone in one way or another, they were given a second chance. They can try to pass the Kakashi training course. If they succeed, they become Genin. If they fail, they can never become ninja again. Kakashi will have to go to some village to do a certain mission, like beating some thug or something. But the job of Naruto, Sakura and Sasuke will have to steal the bell during the travel. Kinda like the anime. They have until Kakashi finishes his mission to do it. Obviously we will learn to know the character through their introduction in the beginning, but also through flashbacks. In true Naruto fashion. Naruto will be shown as a loner, on the swing, seeing him alone and sad. And Sasuke will be shown as this depressed kid that gave up on school after a tragedy. But his full story will stay hidden for this movie. Sakura will in this version be the adoptive daughter to Tsunade. With that change, we don't have to introduce Tsunade later on for her to get to train Sakura in the Shippuden. We will just need to imply that Tsunade has trained Sakura already to some extent. And when the time of the Shippuden comes, all she will have to do is learn to master those techniques. So we can kinda skip Tsunade but still introduce her in an important way. This change would also act to add more motivation to the character, cause in this trilogy she will have to be an actual main character like the other two, and not just stays on the sideline like in the anime. Her new motivation will be that she feels like she's never good enough, always being compared to her mother. And this will also explain why she would say she'd rather not have parents at all. Other than that, the rest of the movie is more or less the Zabuza arc, but with all the fat trim to fit in a 2-hour long movie. So there's this little thing I want to clarify. I want Zabuza and Haku to feel like slasher from horror movie. I want them to be creepy as hell, which is gonna make the ending of the movie even more impactful, when we get to see another side to Zabuza. I would also like a bit more interaction between the two. Overall, the character interaction between Naruto, Sakura and Sasuke will stay mostly the same from the OG story, and they will learn the meaning of what it's like to have a team and friends, and all that cool stuff. Sound pretty cool to me. Now we have One Piece Romance Dawn. The story will adapt all of East Blue into one arc. This will be hard, really hard. because I have to introduce Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Sanji, and Usopp all while using Arlong as the main villain. That will be almost impossible. But with the power of the MCU, I maybe can change the story in a way where it is possible. I don't know. Okay, let's open the story with Luffy and Nami on the same boat. They're looking to go to the same place, Orange Town. Luffy is going here because he's searching for a navigator, and he doesn't understand that Nami is the navigator he's looking for. And Nami is going here because she had this deal with Arlong, kinda like in the anime. There will be a couple of flashbacks to how they meet each other along the way. Emotional stuff that will set up their bond throughout the journey. In this version, Usopp village will be on the same island as Nami's village. So when they reach their destination, Luffy meets Usopp and Nami goes see Arlong, where we will learn more about her backstory that is kinda like the anime. At the same time, we'll see that Sanji and his crew were buying food on this island, and when he sees Nami, he will obviously fall in love with her. Meanwhile, we will see that Luffy asks Usopp if he knows anything about the navigator, and Usopp lie and say that he knows it, but he will first have to track down the hidden pirate hunter on the island. Usopp got the information about the pirate hunter from his friend, yeah, those kids. He think it's fake info, but he still wanna go and act like he defeated the big bad guy. But no, Zoro is here and he fight Luffy. But during their fight they get hungry and stop, so they start to wander around and find Sanji's ship. During the same time we will get to see Usopp's backstory with his girlfriend, but they will all meet at the same place on Sanji's ship. And eventually Arlong is gonna ask Nami to help him attack the village of Usopp, because he needs to find the info they have on the Grand Line that they don't want to give, or something like that. This is a change to simplify the story in this version. This eventually will lead to the event of the anime where they all team up and beat Arlong. They will steal his ship, the Mary, in this version and become a crew. Think of it like a Justice League Assemble movie or a Avenger Assemble movie, but with the cast of One Piece. And that tells the Arlong arc and some of the Usopp arc, with most of the backstories of the characters. Now for Bleach, A World of Reaper, it will be way easier to explain because the story doesn't need much alteration in my opinion. We can make a movie where Ichigo gets his power from Rukia like in the anime, and he save his family, but right after, Renji and Byakuya kidnap her. They tell her that she shouldn't have give her power, and when Ichigo tried to save her, he lose. Obviously we will get to see Ichigo's family first and all that stuff like in the anime. We will also get to see him with Orihime and talking with Kisuke during the first couple of minutes of the movie, setting up who Ichigo is and who are his friends. So after his defeat he wake up and Kisuke tell him about Rukia's execution and how he can save her. So he feel guilty and decide to go save her. But when going he didn't realize that Orihime went with him. We will learn about her healing power later on. The story don't really need much change after that. He feel guilty for Rukia's execution and go save her, fighting Renji, Kenpachi and Byakuya along the way. But Uryu will be introduced as someone trying to attack the Soul Society at the same time Ichigo is attacking the Soul Society. So he doesn't meet him in the real world, but other than that the story pretty much flows the same way. We obviously need to skip all the killing Hollow stuff in the real world, and a lot of the fight in the Soul Society. We can't also show the Aizen betrayal, this will be for another movie, and Ichigo will need to learn the Bankai faster. He can't really hide and train, but the story is so simple that it can work really well as one movie. It's just a John Wick-like story. He get in, beat everyone up and save Rukia. Though we're gonna need some mad good interaction between Rukia and Ichigo first to curve for the story. But with that, I'm pretty sure it can work. The ending of the movie can tease at Aizen being evil, but we will leave that for another movie. For this movie, it's pretty simple. It's just the first arc and I think we can tell it pretty well. Now the last movie before the crossover will be Dragon Ball The Attack of the Saiyan. Now this one will also be fairly simple. This movie will open with Teen Goku meeting Piccolo, but this time the son, during another tournament. During the fight, it's more like an opening credit to the movie. And after that we see Goku hug Chi-Chi, implying that in this version they have been dating for a long time, which was foreshadowed in the last movie. It's also gonna make the whole Goku and Chi-Chi romance thing easier to swallow. Then Goku will get older and have a son with her, like the anime. It's a pretty big skip, I know, but if we do a mad good montage like in the beginning of the movie Up, we might be able to pull that time skip off. And I don't think people will mind that much. Then we adapt the Raditz fight, where he kidnapped Gohan. Piccolo helped Goku and Goku ended up dying. Like in the anime, we learned that the Saiyan are coming to Earth, so Piccolo trained Gohan. The biggest difference here is that Goku will have to deal with people in the Soul Society to come back. They will accept and he will go train with King Kai, that will also be in this version. Then he will fight the Saiyan like in the anime. Some people will die, Vegeta will become a monkey, but he get defeated. This is also a pretty simple story to adapt. There's not much to change but a lot to cut. Hopefully it can be told in a meaningful way. Alright, now we are at the crossover movie, the Avenger film. But before that I will need to set up the story thread that lead to this arc. In the first Dragon Ball movie nothing is set up, it's just a story and that's it. In the Naruto movie, Naruto will find a Dragon Ball in the village of the mist and take the Dragon Ball with him. He doesn't know what it is but it looks cool. I know you're a bit confused now cause Naruto is on the One Piece planet and not on the Dragon Ball one. But this is the first setup. Then in One Piece, Sanji will bring Orange from Orange Town to the Mary at the end of the movie. But with those Orange there is a Dragon Ball that we get to see at the end of the movie before the movie closes. In the Bleach movie there's nothing here but the Aizen setup at the end will come into play. And it's the second Dragon Ball film that is the setup for the crossover. Alright, first let's go for the title of the crossover. Alright. The Jump Force. I'm joking. I don't know, it's a bit tricky, but there's one thing that is for sure. All those characters, when it comes to shonen manga, they're titans.
The Titans.
Listen, I don't know, the Avengers already taken, so for now let's settle with the Titan or the All-Stars. I don't know, if you have a better name, leave it in the comment section. I just can't think of anything better. I might have to go for the All-Star though, because of those assholes. So what is the story here? Well, Goku and his friend learn about this other planet where they can use other type of Dragon Ball to help their friend after what happened during the second movie. Yeah boy, it's the Frieza saga. So for context, in this version Namek will have to be an island on the One Piece planet. They're the safekeeper of the Dragon Ball of this planet. But after wishing to ban King Piccolo from their world, the Dragon Ball got scattered across their planet. One is on the Namek island, one is in Konoha, and one is with the Straw Hat gang. The rest is across the world. Now Goku and the gang will have to go to the One Piece planet to find the Dragon Ball, but Frieza is coming too. And this is how Goku meets Luffy and Naruto. For Ichigo, well, it's a bit trickier cause he had no reason to go to another planet. Or does he? Well, Ichigo learned what Aizen did, and like in the anime he wants to go to the Hollow World to take him down. But in this version, spiritual plane are linked to planets. So the spiritual world of the Dragon Ball Earth is the Soul Society. And the Hollow World is linked to the One Piece Earth. Boom, done. Ichigo, by going to the world of Hollow, he went to another planet at the same time. And when he sees the damage that the Frieza gang are causing, he comes to help the other. The story will somewhat follow the Frieza saga, but with the All-Stars in the story. Obviously Ichigo and Goku will have to fight at first cause crossover, and the 4 All-Stars are gonna have a ton of fun interaction. A eating contest between Goku and Luffy, Naruto getting advice from Ichigo on how to deal with the demon inside of him, Ichigo, Goku and Naruto explain the difference between chakra, ki and spiritual pressure, all that kind of fun stuff. But for the battle, for the story to stay somewhat faithful to the anime, we'll have to make Goku fight Frieza, but we will need to introduce other enemy for the other 3. So Cooler will be in the story and he will fight Ichigo. And Luffy and Naruto will have to fight the Ginyu Force alongside Vegeta and Gohan. Luffy and Naruto will also be much more powerful in this version for them to fight alongside Vegeta. At the end of the movie they all fight Frieza together, but when he used his full power he beat them all. Frieza then killed Naruto instead of Krillin for shock value, and Goku turned into a Super Saiyan, and the rest is like the anime. They bring Naruto back to life and everyone go back to their world. Then the after credit scene show a popular Shonen Jump villain that will plan something big to set up the other big crossovers. So yeah, what do y'all think? I think the name could be much better and the story is really weird cause those characters were never meant to be in the same verse. But for what it is, for a fun what if, I think it's alright. I at least had fun figuring out the story. This was only the phase 1. If you enjoy, say it in the comment section below and we might make phase 2 or 3. I don't know. So yeah, this was the phase 1 of the ACU. Tell me in the comment section below what you guys think. And tell me if you find a better name than the All-Stars. And subscribe if you enjoy, and check out our other video, for real, there's good stuff here. With that said, peace out.